What's going on, folks? Shawn here from NintendoEnthusiast.com. And today's video is probably one of the crazier things I've ever said, but it's something that holds true to me, something that holds merit, and something not a lot of people realize, I feel. Bayonetta 2 is releasing on October 24th in North America, and this is a huge step for Nintendo. Not just in their present, but in their future. Why Bayonetta 2 will shape Nintendo's future? Well, to really understand that, you have to look back to the past.
My own personal view is that really may be a step backward, and we may really only be encouraging people to make more violent games.
In the late 80s, before the internet was around and before some of you were probably even born, Nintendo of America was secretly censoring games that the Japanese public was getting uncensored. The reason? Nintendo of America President Howard Lincoln. See, Howard Lincoln was against religious themes in video games, violence, sexuality, things of that nature. So it started off with simple things like crosses and pentagrams being removed, turned into a whole big snafu. The biggest issue? Mortal Kombat on the Super Nintendo. See, Mortal Kombat was a huge arcade hit. It was the first game to have digitized graphics and blood and fatalities and all sorts of crazy stuff, so home console versions were really being looked forward to. Sega sort of dodged a bullet by putting the blood in the game, albeit through a code. At the warning screen, you tapped AB, AC, ABB, and you got blood in your game. Howard Lincoln didn't like that. The Super Nintendo version didn't have blood in it. And because of that one instance, Nintendo got the kitty image. You see, a lot of people think it's because of Mario, and Link, and Samus, and characters that are bright and cheerful and colorful, but it's not really because of that. It's because of the censorship. Something that happened over 20 years ago still bites Nintendo in the ass till today. Although the situation was rectified by Doom and Mortal Kombat 2 on the Super Nintendo, the image of Kitty with Nintendo started there. And unfortunately, up until the Wii U, never really left. You see, up until the Wii U, Nintendo could rely on third-party companies to release mature adult experiences. Now, I'm not saying all these games are necessarily great, but there's a market for them. With Nintendo focusing on games like Mario, Zelda, Metroid, and even new things like Animal Crossing and Pikmin, most of these games have bright colors, cheerful, they're fun games. Maybe not so much Metroid, but you get what I'm saying. The problem is Nintendo really didn't have to cater to the adult demographic or the mature demographic because the third parties would do it for them. All that's changed now though. Third parties are all but gone, and all that's left is Nintendo and some indies. So what do? When Nintendo acquired the rights to Bayonetta, the gaming world took notice. Bayonetta was a game that was released on the Xbox 360 and PS3 and was pretty successful, about 1 million sold on each console. I guess Sega didn't feel that was enough and sort of abandoned the series. Nintendo came like a phoenix from the ashes to give it a second chance though. A second chance on the Wii U. See, Nintendo is sort of realizing that third parties are leaving, so now they need to step in and create the adult games. How would it work? Would it work in their favor? Would they censor it? No. From what you've played in the Bayonetta 2 demo, and from what I've read online, the game looks freaking awesome. It's getting high review scores all over the place from critics, some even calling it Game of the Year. But is that enough? Nah, that's not even the start, man. See, there's a deeper thing going on here. Now before I get into that, I want to let some of the Nintendo Enthusiast editors share their thoughts on this subject as well.
Hey guys, it's Shawn from Nintendo Enthusiast. If you've ever complained about the lack of third-party and mature games on the Wii U, put your money where your mouth is and buy Bayonetta 2. The game is, by all accounts, awesome, and if you want more awesome stuff like it in the future, then show it to Nintendo by picking the game up. We don't want another amazing, quirky action game to fail like the wonderful 101 did, as it sets a bad precedent and may keep Nintendo from branching out and taking risks in the future. So, buy Bayonetta 2.
Hey guys, Eli here from Nintendo Enthusiast. Today I'm imploring you to pick up Bayonetta 2 when it launches. I hear everyone complain about third-party support for the Wii U, how third parties just aren't supporting the console. And yes, I know Bayonetta 2 is a first-party published game, but it is developed by an outside team. You need to show Nintendo that we value outside development teams, not just internal ones at Nintendo. After all, if you guys like the wonderful 101, if you like Bayonetta 2, if you like Devil's Third, then you gotta show Nintendo that you're willing to put your money where your mouth is, because screaming about it on the internet isn't gonna do anything for Nintendo. All they care about is your wallet. wallet, not your screaming. So please everyone, pick up Bayonetta 2 because the Wonderful 101 did not do so well, and we need to show them that we love games like this and we want them to invest more in risks.
Years, Nintendo fans have complained that Nintendo doesn't listen to them. Nintendo doesn't create adult games, mature games. Now they do. Now there's no excuses. All the cards are laid out on the table. The game is awesome, everyone seems to love it, but will that translate to sales? More importantly, will that translate to success? I think there's 3 things that really need to be done within the Nintendo community to ensure that this game does well. First and foremost, download the demo. If you haven't, you're missing out. Plus, that'll show a renewed interest in Nintendo games involving adult themes and could really send a sign to Nintendo. Second, buy the game. That's a no-brainer right there. Seeing sales will make Nintendo feel that this is a good decision and hopefully will continue to do things like this in the future. Third, even if you're not interested in the game, and I understand that Bayonetta 2 may not be everyone's cup of tea, share the game around. If you could show it to some other system owners who are console exclusive and say, hey, I got this console exclusive on my Wii U, and you don't. And guess what? It kicks ass. People may take notice. See, that kiddie stigma that I talked about earlier is still definitely with Nintendo, and Nintendo is trying to get rid of that. Right now there's a Bayonetta fan movement that I know about, respect the guys behind it, but I think they're missing one key component. It's not necessarily about giving the middle finger to third parties, because they only care about one thing, money and lots of it. If they're not going to make money, they're not going to release games on the system. Simple as that. No matter how much money you think may be appropriate, such as my case with Ubisoft and ZombiU, it may not be appropriate to them, so be it. What can you do? What you can do is show Nintendo that you care. Show Nintendo that it's worth going down this venture of promoting Bayonetta 2, of making Bayonetta 2, of making games like Devil's Third, because Nintendo's hands in the pot, baby. This isn't just a third-party game, this is second-party. Nintendo's involved, giving it that Nintendo shine that makes everything look great on their own hardware. See, on October 24th, it's more about a statement to Nintendo. It's more about a statement that Wii U owners do want these sort of games. It's more about a statement of that mature games belong on a Nintendo system. And who better to make them than Nintendo? They give us Mario Kart, they give us Zelda, they give us Samus. Why can't they make a kick-ass adult game too? If I had a system that played awesome first-party Nintendo games, awesome mature second-party games, and indie games, I'm good to go. And I think a lot of gamers would be as well. So basically, I'll be picking up Bayonetta 2 on October 24th. My copy's reserved, paid off. But will you? You see, you can make a difference in this situation. You really hold the key to Nintendo's future. How will Bayonetta 2 shape Nintendo's future? I think I just proved it to you.